Greetings, people of the internet. Lachlan here, back with another video. Today I have another video by fan request, and this should be quite an interesting one. I was asked by a fan in Eastern Europe whether I was aware of Dr. Jordan Peterson and what my thoughts are on him. As you will have seen if you watched my last video, I am indeed aware of Dr. Peterson, and I have a great deal of respect for him. I first came to be aware of the good doctor at around the time he became prominent for refusing to use the made-up pronouns of post-modernists. And the first video I ever saw of him was when the protests at the University of Toronto were covered by another YouTuber I watch who goes by the name of Some Black Guy. In that video, what I saw was not something posted by Peterson himself, but a clip of him being confronted by some radical leftist who accused him of being a Nazi sympathizer. When Peterson asked if they really believed that, and whether they had seen the content he'd uploaded to YouTube throughout his career, they claimed to have watched all of his videos. He then asked them to tell him where in anything he'd said was ever the evidence of him having supported Nazis or fascists. They responded with, "Oh, you really think you're that important that we'd spend that time explaining that to you?" It was then that I realized that the person confronting him was intellectually dishonest. And something else that struck me about that video was they accused him of being racist. And in the crowd of students that surrounded him was a student who clearly was not white. He appeared, to my eyes, to be of Indian descent. And this student became very angry at the suggestion that Peterson is a racist, and almost, it seemed, needed to be held back from confronting this person himself. Over the time that I've watched the good doctor's videos, I've realized that if you spend half an hour watching any given thing that he produces, you will see that all the attacks against him are completely without merit. I find it hilarious that the leftist media in Canada and America brand him a darling of the neo-Nazis and the poster boy of the alt-right, because anything you watch that he creates makes it very clear that he is against totalitarian ideologies. Another thing that I enjoy about Dr. Peterson's work is that, unlike many other academics, you don't get the sense that he is patronizing or talking down to you. You get the sense that although he's an immensely wise individual, he's also the type of man who you could go out and have a drink with while you talk about your problems. And that, I believe, is why many academics and many of his contemporaries don't like him. They are jealous, I believe, of his ability to relate with so-called average, ordinary people. Because when listening to his lectures, it's not as if he's revealing some profound wisdom that he has been able to access because he's somehow better than his audience. He makes it very clear that he he spends hours and hours thinking about the topics he discusses before even feeling himself worthy of discussing them. Something I also greatly admire about Peterson is his sense of humor. Take, for example, the comparison that's made between him and Kermit the Frog. Now, a lot of other professors and doctors of psychology, which he is, would probably be offended by being compared to a Muppet, but he's taken it as a badge of pride. And often in his meandering stories, as we all know, he loves to go on tangents. Much of the humor he shares is at his own expense. Now, I don't agree with everything the good doctor says. I believe that some of his views are a little bit too traditional for my tastes, but I do believe that in the grand scheme of things, his aim really is to make the world a better place, and as he puts it, to decrease the suffering in your own local neighborhood first, and in so doing, make a greater impact on the larger community. I believe that all those who speak against him and assert that he is a Nazi sympathizer or a dog whistler for the alt-right simply either do not understand his message, are jealous of it, or are ideologically possessed by postmodern neo-marxism, and they seek to watch the world burn. His call to return to traditional values is not out of a desire to see women subjugated or to cause racial strife. I genuinely believe that his work is about helping as many people as he can to live their greatest possible lives. I hope you enjoyed this short video, and remember, if you'd like me to make a video for you, all you need to do is send me the equivalent of $10 US on PayPal, email me with the topic, and I'll get right to work. Have a great day.